Welcome, everyone, to the Heart of the Community, the podcast where we shine a spotlight on extraordinary individuals who make a real difference in our community. I am your host, Valerie Beausoleil from the Beausoleil Realty Group, and I am thrilled to have you join us today. Today, we have the privilege of introducing you to a true leader in his field, someone who has dedicated himself to protecting and serving the members of our community. Please join me in welcoming Kelly Davis, the remarkable force behind the Ballard Insurance Agency of Hillsborough. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you, Valerie.
Thank you. So tell me a little bit about your business.
Well, the Ballard Agency was resurrected, I guess, so to speak, in 1946. It's a family-owned business.
Wow.
So we've been servicing the clients in North Carolina for a long time, and the agency was sold about 5 years ago. So the family sold the business, and we're part of Herring and Vickers now.
Okay.
But we kept the name because the name has been so synonymous with Hillsborough for so long. So I've been managing the agency for 2 years now.
Wow.
We basically service the clients with personal insurance, being home, auto, life, umbrella, and we also do commercial insurance, which would be general liability, property insurance, umbrella insurance, and we do professional liability, things of that nature.
Cool. Tell me, how did you get into the insurance business?
Well, I was in the textiles when I was just a young pup, and the textile business was moving to Mexico, so I decided to get into something that would stay in the U.S. So I like to speak and help people, so I decided to get into insurance, and I started with North Carolina Farm Bureau back in 1999.
Wow.
July of 99.
Wow.
And I was an agent for a few years. Then I became a training director with the company, and then I became an estate planning specialist, and then I ended up leaving that position, that particular company, and went in a couple different directions and found my way back to insurance.
Excellent, excellent. So where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Bristol, Tennessee.
Tennessee. Tell me about what brought you here to North Carolina.
The textile business.
Okay.
I was looking for, again, was with a family-owned operation in Bristol, and that company was downsizing, so I ended up moving to North Carolina.
Okay, excellent. We covered most of those. So what drives you to do what you do? What motivates you?
Well, mostly helping people. My history in the insurance business has been teaching adults mostly, because I teach clients a little bit more about their policies. As a training director, I taught new agents. As an estate planner, I taught groups of people. So I really enjoy the whole teaching aspect and helping people understand and getting to know the people in the community, just being able to help them out.
That being said, how do you motivate the other agents in the agency?
Well, that's an individual situation. You got to look at each individual and figure out what kind of drives that person. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's pats on the back. Sometimes it's just a little bit of recognition. Sometimes it's just letting them do their thing and helping people. Some people like to do it like I do. Yeah. So you just got to work on each individual and figure out what makes them tick.
I like it. It's the way I operate as well. So tell me about in the insurance business, what are some of the odd requests you've had?
Well,
I'm sure you've heard some real humdingers.
We've had some people that they'll call in and say, "Hey, I need to take the yellow car off of the policy," and so you're looking at it thinking, I don't have a clue what the color of the cars are. We go by VIN numbers. So things like that. Yeah. People will call in, just assume we know what color car they're driving. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I won't. Sometimes they're asking if they can insure such and such house, and they don't own it. So if they don't own it, they can't insure it. Things of that nature.
That is true.
It may be their mother's house or their father's house. Things of that nature.
Yeah. So
just simple requests like that come in.
Yeah. Cool. What surprised you the most being in this business?
What surprises me the most really is the fact of how close you get with clients. So I ended up, my slogan is protect what you got with the insurance doc. So I try my best to get to know the person, get to know what their needs are, what their desires for protection are, and then try to build the policy according to their desires. So when you ask those questions, you get to know people a little bit more, and got a lot of friendly people in the Hillsborough and Mebane area.
Yeah, yeah. So, what are your goals for the company for the coming year?
Well, again, the company's been in business since 1946. We, if I can do anywhere from 25 to 40% increase this year, if hitting the max, a 40% increase, I'll grow the company by 50%.
Wow.
In 2 years. So we're really striving for that. But anywhere from 25 to 40% increase would be good, just simply because the agency was more of an agency that just kind of took walk-in business and people that they knew. And I've been really trying to market and get a lot of new business in.
And how are you doing that?
Just trying to get the word out. I'm helping with the schools. I help raise money for charities in the area. That gets my name out there. I've got some dice that I'm using to help do that. Roll the dice and try to get some money for people. If they roll enough of the dice, the Ballard logos, then they'll make money.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. And give half of that to charity.
That's
so
great.
Just trying to help out in the neighborhood, raising money for HYA, trying to get involved in the schools.
Excellent.
Things of that nature.
Excellent, excellent. How long have you lived in the Mebane Hillsborough area?
We've lived from Cedar Grove to Mebane. We've lived about 4 years in the area.
All right. And what made you choose the Mebane area to live?
Well, we loved the location, first and foremost. I did have a house over in Raleigh, quite busy, and it's not as easy to access the central part of the state from Raleigh. I mean, it is the interstate, but you got a lot of traffic. So living in Mebane, we can go toward Greensboro really easy. We can go toward Durham really easy. We don't really have to mess with Raleigh traffic. Right. Plus, like I said before, it seems to me like the people in the Mebane area and the Hillsborough area, it's kind of like small town America. And so it reminds me a lot of my hometown, Bristol.
Nice. Yeah. That's nice. That's really nice. What are some of the things you like to do in restaurants you like to go to in the area?
Yeah, we've got Saratoga Grill here in Hillsborough, and we've got Antonia's in Hillsborough. I like Katrina's in Mebane. I like Radius Pizza here in Hillsborough. Yeah. Let's see, because I did write a couple of these down. Let's see if I can find those, where those may be, because there's a couple others that I really liked in the, I had Crafted in Mebane. That's a great place. We love it. Wood and Nickel, of course, here in Hillsborough.
And they're coming over to Mebane too.
And Wood and Nickel's coming to Mebane. I like Martino's in Mebane, and the Bright Penny. Those are the ones that I had. We've gone to 212 is a really neat experience in Mebane as well.
Yeah, I like that. I like 212 as well. All those, you hit them all. Those are all.
Yeah, I like all of those.
Some of my favorites. Tell me something that people don't know about you.
Well, I've got this little cup here in front of me. That was an award. I got a bronze medal in the Highland Games up in the mountains of North Carolina several years back. A buddy of mine and I played in a golf tournament during the Highland Games, and we won bronze medal. So,
oh my goodness!
Yeah, I've always kept that out because it's kind of a conversation piece.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Awesome! Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I bet it was. Why do you think it's important for people to shop local, to stay within their local community, to do business here? Great
question. Might not be the right answer, but I look at it as simply it helps the local economy. You know, if I can end up having some premiums come in from local individuals in the community, and I'm able to spend my money in the local restaurants and the local businesses, then the money churns among the community, and it helps the community thrive.
Doesn't sound like a bad answer.
That's the reason I try to shop local.
Excellent, excellent. What is your most memorable customer experience?
Well, I've had a great relationship built with Ann Klein and her husband, Mr. Joplin, Richard Joplin. They have a
Anne
horse
Klein, the
farm.
designer?
No.
Okay, I was going to say.
But her name is Ann Klein.
Okay.
And Richard Joplin. They have a horse farm
Mhm.
over in Cedar Grove.
Mhm.
They moved from Texas, and just been an absolute pleasure working with them. They had a lot of difficulties when they first moved here. The first day they drove into the county, they had a wreck in their truck, and it totaled their truck.
Oh,
It wasn't their
no.
fault, so they got another truck, but it was a really hard start for them. And I was
And you
there
were
for
there
them.
for 'em.
Yeah, I was there for them and tried to help them through all the thick and thin. And they've just been really good. And we're trying to get my wife and I are trying to get a dinner plan set up for them. So I really enjoy talking with them.
That's nice. That's really nice. Is there anything going on in the business that you want customers to know, people to know?
Well, we are trying to, since the business has been here since '46,
Yeah.
we've got a lot of customers that don't have email addresses with us. So our hopes is to get more emails for the customer, the client base, and we're going to try to reach out and do customer reviews. Those reviews help us make sure that we don't have too much insurance on certain things and maybe enough insurance on others. We need to just review it, make sure they've got what they need for the protection. So that's something that I want to try to do, and it's based on their time frame. Whether they want to do it annually, biannually, every 5 years, we'll put the notes in and make sure that we keep that up. And just knowing that we've got charitable organizations that we want to try to help raise money for by using our dice.
Like it.
Yeah.
Excellent. And emails are super important, and doing that reevaluation with your clients at least annually is, especially the homeowners insurance with the valuations, the way they've really gone up. People might be underinsured and don't even know it.
Right.
Yeah, that's important. It's a good service. From your childhood, who would you say has had the most impact on you, and what did they teach you?
It was my father. I moved away as a young adult, but he still continued to teach me. But as a young child, I learned really quick that you can't judge people by what they may do or say to others. My dad told me that it doesn't matter what they've done to others. What do they do with you? How do they treat you? And so I've taken that, and it's really helped me with relationships.
That's a great perspective.
Because you don't know what's been said to that individual or what's been done to that individual for them to react the way they did. Not that it was right or wrong, but if you treat people the way you want to be treated, typically they're not going to be, arrogant. They're not going to be mean, vicious back to you. So I kind of look at that and just try to bring my best foot forward and don't judge people.
That's a great way to look at it. I like that a lot. Most people don't look at it that way.
Yeah. My dad was a really good man.
That's good. That's nice. This one's a tough one, I think. I know it would be for me, but when your life is over, how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as a loving, caring, hardworking man that loved God and loved his family.
Excellent. And what's the best way for customers to reach out to you?
They can reach out with I've got a QR code on the back of my insurance card. So when I hand that card out, I let people know that's an easy way to refer me. That QR code takes you to my quote page. So all they have to do is fill in their name, telephone number, and email, and it sends me an email, and I reply.
Okay.
And they can call the office at 919-732-2158.
Okay. Excellent. Well, thank you for your time
No,
today. I've learned a
that's-
lot about you and your business, and didn't realize that the Ballard Agency had been here since 1947. That is a huge family business. Is amazing, and
Yeah. It's
that's
been a staple in the community, and I'm just trying to revive it a little bit. There's a lot of people that have moved into the area
mhm,
that have been here for 20 years,
mhm.
and they don't know that we're here. So I'm
Yeah,
trying to make that change.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And where are you located?
We're located at 105 West King Street.
Okay, right downtown. All right. Well, thank you again,
Thank you,
and
Valerie. I appreciate it.
appreciate you.
Yes, sir.